Hi all, this is Shannon from Just Living Designs, and today I'm going to show you how I like to do my shadow wrap heel that I use on a lot of different sock patterns. This is my go-to short row heel, and I have some of my sock patterns go up to 9 sizes, so you can find all the numbers on those for the actual heel size that you need on those patterns. But here I'm just going to walk you through how I write out the pattern, and so you can see a visual for that. First off, this sock is a toe-up sock. You can do this heel on toe-up or top-down. Some of my patterns are written both ways. I always start my heel after knitting needle 1. So I will start on the back side of the sock, the second half, or needle 2. So I have my working yarn ready to go. Now, if you want to add in a contrast color for your heel, which is what I'm going to do today, you just leave your working yarn, your main color, attached to needle 1. And then you pick up your contrast color to start working your heel. And so first, leave a tail so you can weave in your ends, and just attach your yarn and start knitting. And you'll knit all the way down until you get to that last stitch on needle 2. And now we're going to make what is called a twin stitch, and we're going to do it knitwise. So here I'm going to take this right leg of the stitch below the stitch that's on my needle. Do you see me going in? I'm going from back to front through that right leg of that V, and I'm going to bring it up onto my left hand needle, and then I'm going to knit that lifted stitch that I made, and then I'm going to place what I knitted up on the needle. So you can see when you use a contrast color, you'll have a twin stitch here, 2 stitches that we count as one of the main color and one of the contrast. Now you're going to turn your work, because the heel is knit back and forth. So now we're on the wrong side, or the inside of the sock. And here's that twin stitch right there. It's on the right hand needle already, and I'm going to go into this first stitch and purl. And then I'm going to purl all the way across to the last stitch on needle 2 on this heel side. And here I am at my last stitch. And you can see, because I joined the yarn there, this stitch can be pulled out really big, but that's okay, you just can tighten it up. Now for the purl twin stitch purl, we're going to slip that last stitch from the left needle to the right needle. And then I'm going to take my left needle into that little purl bump below from front to back. And I'm going to purl it with my working yarn, not the tail. And there I have my original stitch and my second stitch to make the twin stitch right there, and I'm just going to slip them back to the left hand needle. And there I have a twin stitch. Now I'm going to turn my work. And here you can see, since I slipped it back to that needle, now it's on the right needle, ready to work knitwise across. I'm going to go one more time to show you that twin stitch on either side again. So I'm going to knit across to one stitch before the twin stitch that I made in the first row. So here we are, we have one stitch and then that twin stitch. So there's 2 stitches on the needle, but there's one of the first one here on the left hand side is a twin stitch, and then I'm going to make a twin stitch in the second one. So again, this bar below, the right bar, I'm going to go in from back to front, place it up on our needle, and knit it. And then place what we just knit on the left needle to make that twin stitch. So you can see 2 stitches are coming out of 1. Okay, and turn, and then we're going to purl back to 1 stitch before the previous twin stitch. All right, here you can see there's the twin stitch on the end, and here's the stitch that we're going to make a twin stitch. So on the purl side, for a twin stitch purl, we're going to slip purlwise that stitch to the right needle, take our left needle point, come up and through that purl bump, and purl it. And now we have a twin stitch on our right needle, but we're going to slip it back to the left needle and turn. And now we have 2 twin stitches on this side and 2 twin stitches on this side. And we're going to keep doing that, going to 1 stitch before the previous twin stitch on either side until you get to the right amount that you need for your size. Okay, we're back. And so here you can see that I've knit and purled on either side to get my twin stitches to the correct amount that I need for this heel. This sock is a 56 stitch sock. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 twin stitches on the right side. 9 twin stitches on the left side, and then I should have 10 in the middle that are unworked. And I do. So now we're going to do the second half of the heel, and you can see it kind of looks like a triangle. My needles aren't quite in the middle, but if it was 5 stitches in, you could see it'd be a nice triangle because short row shaping adds fabric, but not all the way. You can see it's a lot more fabric here to go around the heel of your foot. All right, so for second half of the heel, we're going to start on the knit side and we're going to knit until we get to that first twin stitch. All right, we're at the twin stitch. You can see that first twin stitch is right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit that twin stitch. And how you resolve a twin stitch is you just knit through both of those stitches as they're one. So it's kind of like a knit 2 together. Now for this next twin stitch, this is where we're going to do something different that's called a triplet. We do it the same way as a twin stitch, but we're going to make 3 stitches here. So I'm going to go into this right hand leg of that stitch below again, the same one that these 2 are coming out of, and I'm going to place it up on my needle and I'm going to knit it and place that stitch. Now we have 3 stitches coming out of 1, and that's a triplet compared to a twin stitch. All right, then we're going to turn our work. We're going to purl until we get to that first twin stitch. And here we are. There's our first twin stitch right there. And I'm going to resolve that by purling it as 1. So like purl 2 together. All right, now we're going to make a triplet into this next twin stitch. So here we're going to slide both of those stitches of the twin stitch to the right needle, go into that purl bump below with my left needle, place it up on the needle and purl it. And then slide all 3 strands of that stitch, that triplet, back to the left needle. So you can see here we have a triplet and there we have a twin stitch. Now we're gonna turn. And we're gonna go back and forth, working the second half of the heel, resolving the triplets as we go, and making a triplet into the next stitch afterwards. So here I'm knitting back, till I get to that first triplet, the only triplet that should be on the needle. There's my triple stitch, and I'm going to come in and knit all 3 of those strands together. And then I'm going to come to the next twin stitch, grab that right hand leg of the stitch below, place it on the needle and knit it, and place the knit stitch I just made up on the needle to make that triplet. And then we'll turn and purl, and you just want to make sure your tension is even. You don't have to tug really hard on your yarn, but just make it even like you would normally while knitting. And here we're at our triplet. See the 3 strands here? I'm going to purl those 3 together to resolve our triplet. And then I'm going to slip the next twin stitch, both strands, to my right needle, come to that purl bump below and purl it, slip all 3 strands of the triplet back to the left needle and turn. So now you will just be going back and forth, resolving that triplet when you come to it and making a triplet in the stitch after it on either side, both knit side and purl side, until you get to the point where you have 1 triplet on either side in this last stitch on both sides of your needle. And we'll show you how to resolve the whole heel at that point. All right, now I have 1 triplet left on the right hand side end and 1 triplet left on the left hand side end. And remember, this one, since I have that contrast color, the first strand of that triplet is the main color. So now to resolve the heel, if you're working with the contrast color, we can cut that yarn and start working with the main color again, leaving a tail. And I like to just kind of give this a little bow knot that I will undo before I weave in my ends. But that way I can kind of tuck it out of the way on the inside of the sock, and it doesn't get in the way as I continue to knit. Now, when I end, I did not slip this last triplet because I wanted to show you guys how it looks if you don't slip it. It's all on 1 needle, but here, that last triplet now, I just slipped over. So technically you would be doing this on this side. When you're done making your triplet, slip it back over and flip your work. So you have that triplet remaining on the right hand needle. So we will not knit that. Our first stitch that we knit with our main color, which is coming off of needle 1 up here, will be the stitch after that triplet. So you can see we still have that triplet on the needle, and then there's the main color. And I'm gonna knit across the heel stitches. Okay, I'm at that triplet that's at the end of needle 2, and I'm gonna resolve that by just knitting those 3 strands together. All right, now we're gonna continue to work in the round with our main color. So I'm gonna flip rearrange my needles so I can work in magic loop. And here I'm going to work in pattern across needle 1. Okay. So there since I was just knitting a stockinette sock, I just knit across needle 1. Now I'm going to turn to needle 2, load my stitches onto needle 2 so I can start knitting across needle 2, and we're going to resolve this last triplet, or the first one on this needle, but it will be the last one of your heel, by knitting it together. And then continue to knit across needle 2. All right, there we go. We have a completed shadow wrap heel. The first half of the heel and the second half of the heel on our sock. And now you can just continue knitting the rest of your sock. So here it looks like with a toe, it kind of is very similar to a wedge toe. There you go. I hope you enjoy that heel. I wanted to show you a few examples of this heel if you don't use a contrast. This is my Falling Pumpkins pattern. I knit it all in one color. And here it is just where I did not use a contrast color for a shadow wrap heel. Another sample of a finished sock where it is a contrast color. And this is another striped sock. I love this heel using self-striping sock yarn because you can not break up the stripes like you would if you were using, let's say, a heel flap and gusset, or a Flegel heel kind of breaks up those stripes. If you use a shadow wrap heel and you throw it in a contrast color, it will not break up the stripes at all. And there's both sides. This one I kind of split that last stripe, you can see. So you can add it wherever you need to add it. This sock, I did it, there was just a little bit of the red left there and the start of a red. I hope you enjoy and use shadow wrap heels for your next sock. Thank you.